Hey there, Rednecks, Preppies, Redneck Preppies. It's me, the Redneck Preppy. How you doing today? Great? Good. Noob gun owners. We were all there once. Now, some of us looked at firearms ownership and use with a clear sobriety, but tinged with fun, while others wanted to get hip deep into firearms culture, with all that implies. Now, regardless of which camp you fell into, we all tend to make many of the same mistakes. Now, today, in a video that's totally not clickbait, I'm going to list the 5 things I often see new members of the gun community, I hate that term too, do. Now, before you say, not me, I knew what I was doing, yeah, sure you did. There is a certain percentage of new gun owners who, for some reason, are immediately drawn to the extremes of tactical. They scroll the Zahal parts catalog for their rifle, usually an AR-15, and when it comes time to order, they just say yes. And so they embark on trying to build the most tactical gun known to man. Red dot magnifier, vertical grip, flashlight, laser, bipod, foregrip, cup holder. Because hydration is tactical. I get it. Everyone wants their first rifle to be ready for the great boogaloo. The problem is they have little experience with building a rifle or knowing how they'll actually use it. So they slap on everything they can until every inch of pick or M-lock rail is covered. New gun owners, let me bring you in on something. You're not Delta Force. You're shooting paper at 15 yards on a Sunday. Start simple, master the basics, then add the mall ninja gear if you still think you need it. And you won't, because very likely if you do slap all that crap on, you'll shoot your atrocity twice, realize you hate the weight, find the optics are overkill, and you're not even having fun. When I was a far younger man, I was once arguing with someone about some esoteric philosophical point. We were both drinking, but he had the backstop of a solid education. When I made what I thought was a brilliant point, and he looked at me and he simply responded, "Preppy, you're the perfect example of the dangers of a little education." Well, just like reading a single book didn't make me an expert, watching John Wick, gun reviews, and Call of Duty kill cams doesn't make you proficient with a firearm. There is a big difference between knowing how a gun works and knowing how to run a gun. Real training teaches you safe handling, proper draw, different kinds of reloads, and dealing with malfunctions among many other skills. You can't guess your way through a double feed under stress. Go take a class or 2. How do you think Keanu Reeves learned to run that gun so well? You don't actually need to be a noob to fall into this trap and make this mistake, because plenty of experienced gun owners will argue to their dying day over 9mm versus 45 ACP versus 10mm, or whether it was a mistake to move from 7.62 NATO to 5.56. Outside of the milsurp community, it's even more contentious because the debate takes place over the broader subject of self-defense. Then you've got intertwined palavers about resulting magazine capacity or terminal effects. Everyone's got an opinion and they'll all die on their hill. In my opinion, for what it's worth, the truth is, it doesn't matter nearly as much as shot placement and consistency. Get what you shoot well, and, this is important, can afford to train with. Did you hear one of the words I used? It was train. End of story. And everyone knows that 45 ACP won 2 world wars. True story, I used to clean my guns after every single range trip religiously, like it was going to rust into oblivion overnight, whether or not I used corrosive ammunition. And I don't shoot corrosive ammunition. Now, I think that had to do in part from my time in the service, where most soldiers, at least in peacetime, spend more time cleaning their rifles than they do firing them, especially when you have senior NCOs white gloving the gas system of your rifle for even the faintest hint of carbon. Well, newsflash, you aren't caring for the country. And here's another stone cold truth. Most modern firearms can handle way more dirt than you think. I've had rifles go 700 or 800 rounds before I even bothered to clean them. You don't need to field strip it every 50 rounds. Just don't let it get crustier than your Jeep's undercarriage and you'll be fine. Congratulations on the $2,000 Gucci pistol with the $1,000 RMR. And you only have $3.46 left for ammunition? What about a holster, cleaning kit, range bag? A lot of new gun owners fail to realize, at least at first, that your gun is only part of the cost. You should also be budgeting for training, range time, safety gear, and yeah, magazines aren't free either. But the big overlooked cost is ammunition. If you intend on becoming proficient with your firearm, and I don't mean that you put a box of Federal through it once a month, you're going to learn that guns are like razors. The real cost is in the blades, not the handle. So don't forget, when you're planning on buying that spiffy race gun you will totally be using in competition someday, that you'll also need everything else that comes with it. So how many of these did you do? Be honest. I did 3 out of those 5, and there were some others I didn't even include on this list, because you never know if I need another video one day and decide to pump out another listicle video out. Now, if you learned something or just came here to feel better about your own mistakes, drop a comment about the dumbest thing you ever did as a new gun owner. No judgments. Well, maybe a little. At any rate, I hope you found today's video at least be vaguely entertaining and mildly informative. As always, may you never tactical one of your own firearms. Take care, and bye-bye.